Now, Manchester United, obviously, it's no secret that Man United are in need of a midfielder. I brought you news recently, in the last video, that United were interested in Richard Rios of Palmeiras. And then, obviously, there is still news flying around on X and all of that about a certain French midfielder. Basically, it all boils down to a couple of things. You have to think about the profile of the player and all of that. But then I tracked down to the depth as to where the news is coming from and who's peddling it and what is happening on social media, because you can actually see it on X that Manchester United are interested in signing Corentin Tolisso. And I saw that, and it makes me to kind of dig deep into what is going on and all of that. So with Corentin Tolisso, he's a player I watched, I think, in his Bayern Munich days. An okay player, given like strength and all of that. French midfielder, but won a lot of trophies, but didn't quite cut it like to the highest level at Bayern Munich. And now it says that Manchester United is interested. Today we're diving into the name that might surprise some of you. One that brings both experience and a fresh layer of energy to United's window, and that is Corentin Tolisso. United are actively tracking Lyon's midfielder, and that is the news, right? And while it might not scream like, oh, this is a marquee signing, come on, let's make this happen, even though I'm not even superbly overly excited about it, but let's unpack why this could actually be one of the shrewdest moves of the summer, but also give you my thoughts as to what I think about the in the grand scheme of things, what this does. But first off, a quick profile about the player. First and foremost, he's Corentin Tolisso, French international, 30 years of age, plays currently for Olympique Lyon or Olympique Lyonnais. He won the 2018 World Cup with France. I think that World Cup that Mbappe won as well. He's 5-time Bundesliga champion, UEFA Champions League winner 1920 with Bayern Munich, played 171 times for Bayern, and he had 36 caps for France. Tolisso isn't just another journeyman midfielder. He's played at the highest level for club and country, but why now? Why Manchester United? That's a big question. Last time I remember watching Corentin Tolisso was against Manchester United, the Olympique Lyon, in the Europa League, the epic Europa League quarters, I think. Yeah, the epic Europa League game between Manchester United and Olympique Lyon, and he got a red card in that game, but he played well in the first leg and the second leg. But speaking of tactics, Ruben Amorim, his style of play is always talked about in the media. Basically, he plays a 3-4-3 or a flexible 3-2-5 build-up shape that requires midfielders who can do it all, like defend, transition quickly, maintain possession under pressure, and make intelligent late runs into the box. But Tolisso fits that bill. That is the questions. That is a fact. He fits that bill. He's what you call the hybrid midfielder. Not flashy like Bruno, not a destroyer like Ugarte, but a connector. And he offers ball progression, accurate forward passing rather. He's press resistant. He has tactical discipline, and he's quite experienced. Now, here's the kicker. United don't have a lot of depth in the midfield department right now. Casemiro is aging. Eriksen is gone. McTominay is in the past. We currently have Manuel Ugarte, Bruno Fernandes. If we're going to count midfielders in this Man United squad, McTominay, I keep saying McTominay. No, we have Manuel Ugarte, Bruno Fernandes, Toby Collier, Mason Mount, and then Casemiro, pretty much. 5. So we would need like 1 or 2 midfielders, especially ball playing, and Kobe Menu, I missed that 6. Especially ball playing midfielder in Manchester United. So Tolisso could also bridge the gap between youth and experience. Yes, but I'll give my final thoughts on all of this. Now, we're talking about stats from his 23-24, because I just talked about his starts at Bayern Munich, but starts from his 23-24 campaign for Ligue and Cup, for Ligue 1. He played 31 times. He scored 5 goals. He has 4 assists. He has 82% ball pass accuracy and 2.3 tackles and interceptions per game. 7 progressive passes per 90, and he played as a center midfielder, a central defensive midfielder, and a central attacking midfielder across the season. Now, this is kind of like elite level numbers for a player who's playing in the French league anyway. For a player at the club going through a serious structural problems, I mean, like Lyon, his pass map, last season shows that he's highly effective at connecting play vertically, and he's passing with intensity even at age 30. Now, there's a financial side to this whole thing. Financial side. Tolisso has 2 years left on his Lyon contract. Excuse me, and is reportedly Lyon's highest paid player. The club doesn't want to lose him, especially after making him captain post Lacazette, but also Olympique Lyon are not in a healthy financial position. Now, United could also land him for around 10 to 12 million pounds, euros rather, and that's a bargain, especially in a summer where Brentford won around 70 million pounds for Brandon Bumo, and goalkeepers are costing around 35 million pounds plus. So Tolisso wouldn't just block development of someone like Kobe Menu. Instead, he would give Amorim, a tactical veteran, someone who is not afraid of high stakes matches and who also knows how to win, obviously from his Bayern Munich experience. Now, it's not all sunshine if we're going to talk about what the risks are with Corentin Tolisso. It's not all sunshine. He's had injury issues in the past. He's not the fastest anymore. He might slow the tempo in transition heavy games. But in a squad role, especially with United returning to a more possession-based identity, those flaws can be managed. That is the positive sides or the pros. I'll give you the cons at the end of this video. So let's go on this ride together. Now, looking at the bigger picture and this transfer strategy, these Tolisso links tell us a lot about where Man United are right now, especially when it comes to the strategy and the plan. First of all, shrewd spending. I mean, Man United are now throwing cash around or being selective, even strategic, right? And then there's also the short-term bridge signings, kind of like stop gaps, if you call it that. Tolisso buys time for younger players to develop. Players like Toby Collier, who is always injury prone but could develop, is way younger than Tolisso. Kobe Menu also could learn from him, and all of that. So you never can tell. And then we have the European DNA. Amorim is targeting players who understand big stages. We have Mbumo, Cunha, and now Tolisso. I mean, when it comes to like squad culture as well, a leader like Corentin Tolisso helps shape the locker room, especially if Rashford, Sancho, and Anthony all leave, including Garnacho and all of that. It kind of cements the dressing room. Now, to wrap up this whole thing, right? To wrap up everything, is Corentin Tolisso the most exciting name in the market? No. But is he exactly what United need as they reshape the squad under INEOS and Amorim? Probably and possibly yes. Is he a steady hand, a calm head, a player with a heart of a lion? Maybe soon a Red Devil? You never know. What do you guys think? My thoughts finally on this whole Corentin Tolisso situation is that he's a good player, wealth of experience, played at the highest level. But is he the kind of player that we want to be going for? Maybe because it's cheap, yes, but for the profile that we're looking to build, the age already takes it out for me, because it's like us signing Casemiro 2 years ago again, right? Or 3 years ago, whatever the case, 3 years ago again, right? It's like us signing Casemiro at 30. He's 30, he's going to be slow, he's going to get slower, it's not going to get better. It might be a stopgap, no doubt, but obviously one string of bad games or injuries, United fans are going to just roast him, and that's what I think. What do you guys think? I believe Man United, and just to tell you, the source of this news is L'Equipe. And I went and did some digging, and I checked the L'Equipe website, translated everything. It's just rumor. That's why I had to bring it up, just to explain to you that sometimes we at United Talk Sport don't just bring you any news until we know it's confirmed. But we just needed to show you that, you know, some of these things, I know United fans want to be patient, and then you want to just post out things, and you want to just put out things and to make people feel like, okay, obviously you Man United are interested or want to bring in a midfielder. Sometimes it could also be the agents, you know, putting things out in the press and trying to create fan a flame for their player and all of that. But it's something that we could all think about and just tell ourselves, you know what, we should just keep our powders dry and hope that Man United gets done a good player, right? Now, what do you guys think? Would you sign Corentin Tolisso for about 10 to 12 million euros? I mean, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything as it relates to Manchester United. Thank you for watching United Talks. We keep building and we keep growing as a community. Manchester United are under a rebuild, and there is a whole lot going on, especially with a culture shift for the club. But let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, goodbye, and God bless.